Good afternoon to our NCGA members, staff, volunteers, friends, and extended family. My name is Bob Goldstein, and I am humbled and honored to be speaking to you today as the incoming president of the Northern California Golf Association. Like the 93 presidents of the association that have preceded me, I am thrilled to help guide our organization and its members over the next year to create a greater golf community for all. I'm also very excited to continue working with a talented group of colleagues on the board of directors, and with Joe Houston and his management team, and with all of you who are part of this wonderful game as a player, volunteer, or industry professional. We all, in our own way, symbolize the appeal and enjoyment of a game that is hundreds of years old, that spans the globe, is constantly evolving, and brings together so many communities. I would like to take a moment to give special thanks to Mike Weeks for his outstanding service on the board, and most especially as the NCGA's president in the pandemic-ridden 2020. In particular, I would like to personally recognize Mike for his outstanding leadership during these difficult times. I would look to Mike, and indeed all of our past presidents, for guidance as I begin my presidency. I also need to thank my family and friends for their support as I embarked on this journey almost a decade ago. There were sacrifices made, missing family vacations, being away on weekends when I was off officiating golf tournaments, and missing buddy golf trips, just to name a few. Their understanding and encouragement made this all possible. Since many of you do not know me well, I thought I'd take this opportunity to share my background and the journey of my climb to this position, as it is a little bit different than most. And hopefully, it will inspire others to volunteer their time to this great organization as well. I grew up on the East Coast, playing golf from an early age on the local municipal golf courses, meeting wonderful and varied people along the way, as only the game of golf can do for a youngster. Some 25 years ago, my wife and I made the important decision to relocate to the Bay Area. And although our two children now call the East Coast home, I'd like to think that they still consider Northern California home. Some 8 years ago, I noticed on the NCGA website that application for board positions were being accepted. As a lifelong golfer, and with a child who participated in many NCGA Junior Tour events, I decided to apply and help give back to the game that has given so much to me and my family. Now, what is different about my story is that I did not know anyone at the association. I did not know any directors or staff members or rules officials, and I had very little understanding of what the organization did beyond administering junior golf tournaments. You see, most people who apply for a board position have some connection to the association and some awareness of its operations. Nonetheless, I went through the application process, submitted letters of recommendations, and interviewed with the nominating committee without knowing a single person in the room beyond the few who I had met during the process. I was fortunate enough to be asked to join the board, and I have not looked back since. And I believe it is a great testament to the association that they accepted a stranger with no golf administration experience onto the board. It is also a wonderful example of the open-mindedness I've experienced as part of our organization. And in an increasingly polarizing world, I believe the association's ability and desire to being receptive to a wide variety of ideas and points of view, and stepping outside of its comfort zone, will be critically important to helping us achieve success in today's world. This past year has been like no other. We have all been greatly impacted in many ways by the COVID pandemic. And while we all face challenges that were unthinkable less than a year ago, we believe that the game of golf has helped us, and is helping us, get through this trying time by providing a little sense of normalcy. In the grand scheme of things, golf is but just a game. But in our everyday lives, having the ability to participate in an activity that provides us with physical and mental release was and is truly invaluable. And if there is a silver lining in any of this, perhaps it is the new players who have either discovered the game or returned to it after a long layoff. Clearly, COVID needed golf more than golf needed COVID. Since 1901, the NCGA has served the golfers of Northern California. As many of you know, the NCGA promotes and supports golf in the region as a way of helping golfers better enjoy the game. This includes providing services such as handicap management, course ratings, tournaments, and event oversight for all levels of golfers, and member communications regarding regional news and events. But beyond this, we also own and operate 2 outstanding golf courses that our members can enjoy and then host many of our major championships. We also support Youth on Course. Our foundation has not only provided tens of thousands of youth golfers with affordable access to the game, but it has also provided real-world help and experience through college scholarships, internships, and caddy positions. And most recently, the NCGA completed a unification with the Women's Golf Association of Northern California and the Pacific Women's Golf Association to better leverage efforts to support and promote women's golf. While COVID has prevented us from realizing the full potential of this integration thus far, we look forward to the times when all of the benefits of this union will be realized. In total, more than 170,000 members enjoy all that the association has to offer. And notwithstanding the uncertainties of this coming year, the NCGA remains committed to achieving our vision of ensuring that the game of golf remains vibrant, inclusive, and accessible to all. Towards this end, over the past year, the NCGA worked on a new strategic plan, which was recently adopted by the Board of Directors. It has 5 priorities, all intended to help golf grow and remain vibrant in Northern California. We will focus on attracting and retaining the highest quality staff and volunteers, to improving our outreach, our infrastructure, and how we interact with other key golf constituencies. Part of the driving force and a common thread throughout the plan is growing the game, in large part by increasing its inclusiveness and the overall diversity of those who play it. We believe strongly that golf should reflect the environment of the communities in which we work and live. We asked ourselves some hard questions, realizing one of the biggest challenges we face is how to expand the game beyond those who have historically played it. How do we bring more women into the game? We asked ourselves. How do we bring more historically underserved communities into the game? We asked. How do we bring more youth into the game? We also asked. I think most of us would agree that the face of this game needs to change if it is going to grow and thrive. But we also know that achieving these goals will be a continuous journey, with success being achieved along a continuum and not at a single point in time. We should always be asking ourselves, what's next? And as we think about our journey, we should be motivated by knowing that diversity will result in a stronger, more dynamic game. For when differences are valued and embraced, we can create a more positive and inclusive environment where people can achieve their goals and be their best. Doing this will not be easy, but all of you can lend a hand in helping us move forward. Please reach out to someone you know and introduce him or her to this great game. Introduce yourself and the sport to those who may look or think differently than you do. They can start slowly by just learning how to hit a golf ball or trying to snake in a winding 10-foot putt, and help develop our younger generation by ingraining in them the indispensable attributes the game teaches and fosters, such as integrity, honesty, sportsmanship. All of this is not just a way to help our organization and game be better. It is also just the right thing to do. My responsibilities as president is to lead the board of directors in working together to do all we can to support the NCGA's management team and staff in pursuing and achieving our goals, both long-term and short-term. As you just heard today from many of my colleagues and industry leaders, our challenges and opportunities are wide-ranging. But most importantly, they are exciting. They are what drives everyone to do their best day in and day out and makes us determined to make the game better for all of our members. There is much work to do, and I am confident we are up to the task. And finally, I hope you are as inspired as I was by the earlier remarks and videos. And I want to congratulate all of the players and volunteers who are in special honors this year. It is people like you that keeps bringing us back to the course, sometimes for hours on end, in the cold, in the rain, in the fog. All of this is why the greatness of the game truly does bring out the best in all of us, and why the NCGA will never stop working to serve golf. It is a game for us all, and it is a game for a lifetime. Thank you very much.